Shalom, Israel. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. What is going on, brothers and sisters? What is going on? Welcome to another broadcast. Pound the like button on your way in. I see Casper in the building. Mama Bear Judah, Rob Nice, salute. Nick Morales, Hitman. Mama Bear Judah. What's going on, Latoya? Ray is in the house. Malcolm. Yes, concubines. We finna make concubines great again. Because I think I figured something out, brothers and sisters. I think I figured something out. You know, when brothers of the truth speak on concubines, somehow something was missed in translation. And I believe that women take the terminology concubine as some sort of insult. And they believe that you're somehow trying to downplay them or denigrate them. Although it is a change in ranking because of their life choices to live, pursuing career, to live, in the dating culture, to live life a certain way. It was their choice to live modern opposed to traditional. But somehow, because you're telling a woman her ranking, that she could not possibly be a wife because of her lifestyle choices, somehow she finds that to be an insult, right? And I got to clarify, y'all. I got to clarify this. Concubines are great. Every woman can't be no concubine. Some women are just straight trash out here. Some women are just streetwalkers. Some women are whores out here in these streets. Y'all act like concubines don't have duties. Y'all act like biblically concubines wasn't needed. Y'all act like biblically concubines wasn't even revered in some regards. So I'm here to make concubines great again, damn it. Because I'm tired of the back and forth, and it's time I put my daggone foot down here. Now, a concubine is a part-time wife. That's what she is. Now, I want to respond to some comments on my page, and then we're going to go into some sources as well. But this is one of the comments that led me to really clarify what a concubine is, because clearly there's individuals who are sadly mistaken, and they believe they're being insulted when they should be honored to be a concubine of a righteous man. And I've actually went over scriptures about that in previous broadcasts, where I showed you the story of the brother who took him a concubine and she played the whore against him. And this is all scriptural, and I'm paraphrasing at the moment. If you missed the stream, you missed it. But the woman was playing a whore against him. He pretty much excommunicated the woman for 4 months, sent her back to her father's house, and even forgave her, came to her, talked nicely to her, and the father was honored, gave the man food, gave the man drink. They had a good old time and told the man to go ahead and be there with content. So it was an honor that this righteous man was taking this man's daughter as a concubine. It wasn't frowned upon. The father was just happy that his daughter wasn't in these streets without a covering. You understand? But all of these so-called biblical women who know the scriptures and know everything about the Bible seem to miss all of those type of stories in the Bible. They seem to miss all of it. And you would be totally amazed at some of these comments. I'm actually amused at this one because this is going to show just how unlearned people are. And also, I'm going to be able to teach, right? So if you look up at your screen, there's a person by the name of Tasha7745. And she says, a reasonable expectation is to find love Pardon me, let's reread that. An unreasonable expectation is to find love in someone who views you as a concubine or a come up. Sounds dumb. Hope they get a prenup. Listening to unmarried men of questionable faith and sexual orientation also sounds like walking in the counsel of the ungodly. Now, mind you, she's responding to a Tyler Perry video I did earlier. And yes, Tyler Perry is questionable in faith and sexual orientation. But that doesn't mean that Tyler Perry didn't speak true statements. That doesn't mean that Tyler Perry wasn't right about his comments. If he knows, if anybody knows these females, it would be someone who's been acting like a female for all these damn years, right? But anyway, the first part of this comment says an unreasonable expectation is to find love in someone who views you as a concubine. So automatically we have a problem here. Automatically we have a problem because you're basically saying that a concubine is some type of insult. You're saying that a concubine is something evil when all it is a part-time wife. It's a woman who have made certain life decisions and choices that constituted her as a concubine opposed to a full-time traditional wife. It's not an insult. In life, you have ranking. You can't just do what you want, have your cake and eat it too. You can't live your entire life how you want to live it and expect to be in a certain position. It doesn't work that way. What about the woman who was chaste, modest, reserved, and waited? And the woman who wasn't going from man to man? Are you saying that she doesn't have a higher ranking than you when she has not been tainted or defiled in the least bit way? So, just because a man says you're a concubine or looks at you as a concubine doesn't mean that brother does not have any love for you. That's not the case at all. I'm serious about my concubines. Nobody lays a hand on my concubines. Let's make that very clear. Nobody touches the chief's concubines. We don't play those type of games. The fact that you are a concubine, the Most High God has given you a second chance. So let's be clear about this. Now, let's read some of the comments. I'm going to go ahead and read the replies. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. One moment. So what I said in response was, where's your husband? Shout out to Ringo TV Reactions. That gets them every time. All you got to do is say, where's your husband? And she says, I have one and 3 children, but we don't agree. So basically, we don't agree with what you're saying, right? And it says, when you, and somebody else comment says, when you say you don't agree, do you mean with Breed or your husband? Both. My husband probably would agree with Breed. Hold on. I didn't see this part. Both. My husband probably would agree with Breed. See, now you in the wrong already. Oh, damn. I missed that comment. So hold up. Your husband would probably agree with me, but you on my chat arguing with me. You out of line and out of pocket already. Somebody take her internet, damn it. Somebody take her internet. And before I can see that part where it says your husband can agree with me, which was 10 minutes after my comment, I said, you and your imaginary husband clearly don't know what a concubine is. It's not an insult, just a part-time wife. And then someone says, named Rise Goddess, says, you're either a wife or not. Concubines aren't wives, or they would be called wives. Then she goes on to say, only men battling lust had concubines in the Bible. She says only men battling lust had concubines in the Bible. You see how sacrilegious these women get when they don't understand the scriptures. You hear how heretical that sounds? These women don't even understand what lust is about. You have natural lust when a man craves and desires a woman, and then you have insatiable lust where a man doesn't have any control nor discipline, and the man is just out here whoring. But just to show you how much they don't know the Bible, it's like they don't know the Bible. So they'll demonize men to have concubines because they're confused. Yes, that's right. The stomp, lust is natural. Without lust, y'all wouldn't be here. Y'all would not be here. If your mama and daddy wasn't lusting after each other, you would not be born. Right? It's just a fact. So they throw that word lust around because a man has concubines, he's battling with lust. But what about these 304s? What are they battling with when they doing hot girl summers? Why I never see these women in their comment sections talking about the lust they battling with when they in the club twerking on every damn body? Why I don't never see them pop up in Sukiana's comment section and say, you know what, you're promoting lust. So, I just thought I'd point that out because I'm not here to go tit for tat. That's not what this is about. I'm here to really educate. I'm here to truly educate because we're here to make concubines great again. Only in our culture, a woman's rank gets demonized opposed to a woman working her way up. Instead of a woman saying, hey, all right, I get it. I made some mistakes in my life. I got children out of wedlock. I've been in these streets. I've dated. I've done things I'm not proud of. You know what? If I could just humble myself and come to the realization of who I am, a concubine, right? And say, you know what? Maybe I can work my way up to something better. Because only in our culture, we're in denial. Back in the Chinese culture, do you know how many women started off concubines who ended up being empresses, ruling for decades? Why? Because they was with the right man. Concubines did this. Yes. See, the Chinese culture, there is a whole list of women, a whole entire list of women that were concubines that worked their way up and became empresses. There's a girl in the chat named Empress Farah in the building. Ain't that ironic? Look, she said, it's the truth, King. See, I ain't lying to y'all. But with our women, right, we y'all just can't even like fathom the thought of not having a picket fence, not having the man that's slaving for you, and you sitting at home with the dog in the backyard and the children running around. Although a lot of y'all didn't choose that life. It's like y'all want the best of both worlds. Y'all wanted to be independent, and now that you're independent, hey, you might as well see where you can fit in as a concubine. How could you become legendary in your respective role? How can you become legendary in your respective role? Let's talk about it. Low Gang said it. Their ego's too damn big. You're right. But I'm here to crank it down a few notches. Because I'm going to tell you like this. I'm all man. I'm all man. And just to be quite frank with you, I don't get upset with the emotions of a lot of you ladies. It doesn't matter. I look at a lot of y'all ladies like children, to be honest with you. I'm far beyond my years, and I got wisdom flowing through me. It doesn't bother me when y'all go back and forth, and when y'all get mad and upset. It really doesn't bother me. But let's learn about this, man, because we here to make concubines great again. Let's talk about Empress Dogwanner. Oh, pardon me, butchered her name. Dowagger Cixi. And this is just one of many famous concubines. You can look this up on your own time, read up on these individuals, how they came into prominence. and what have you, but we'll read up on this one here, and we're gonna go to Wikipedia, and we're just gonna basically focus on when she ruled and her rise to prominence. So we're gonna speak more about her regime. But anyway, Chinese government in a late Qing dynasty for almost 50 years, from 1861 until her death in 1908, selected as a concubine of ex-Qing emperor. In her adolescence, she gave birth to a son, Zhengchun, in the 1856. After Zhangfeng emperor death in 1861, the boy became the Tanzi emperor. So hold on, well, let me get this right. She was a concubine, but she was bearing children from an emperor. So let me get this right. Concubines can bear children from prestigious men. Think about that now. Even her son ended up being royalty, although she was a concubine. Very interesting. So instead of women being insulted by righteous men who are kings and leaders calling you what you are, concubines, maybe you should be trying to figure out how you can be one of those concubines. For real. I'm not recruiting right now, but maybe in the near future. Seriously. I'm just here to educate at the moment. I'm here to make concubines great again, because it seems like y'all need to boost our self-esteem and stop letting words really get to you. Stop letting words make you feel a certain way before you even know what it means, right? Now, let's talk more about this empress. She was selected as a concubine of the ex-Qing emperor. In her adolescence, she gave birth to a son, Zhengchun, in 1856. After the Zhangfeng emperor death in 1861, the young boy became the Tanzi emperor, and she assumed the role of co-empress, dowager, along the emperor's widow, Empress dowager Cixi, ousted a group of regents appointed by the late emperor. So wait, so she was cool. So let me get this right. She had a sisterhood. It wasn't just her, but she was cool with the emperor's widow too. Wow. Very interesting. And if you put that in context, according to their culture, the emperor's widow would be a woman that he wasn't even really dealing with no more like that. Perhaps they had children together, but she was a team player. She was a team player. But you know the issue, you know what the real issue is though? Our women ain't team players because they're not thinking about nation building. That's the issue. See, in other cultures, they all about their dynasty. They're all about legacy. Our women can't work together and be friends and cordial because they're not about nation building. You don't believe me? Hear it from a woman.
They say that they don't think they can do poly, but you have to see where the source of those thoughts came from, because that could have been a programming that you have to change. But really, polygamy ain't for everybody, really, because if a man isn't truly like nation building and like has a mission and a message that they want to put out, like, it's no reason to be polygamous. So it's really not fair.
So when a man is about nation building, you know, like the emperor, like the kings. See, here's the issue. Our women don't look at us as kings. That's another thing. Not only do our women refuse to work together, but they don't view us as the modern day melanated emperors, so to speak. They don't see us that way because a lot of them are scarred by their past relationships, and they look at all men like the man that they was with. And that's a problem. I'm not the guys that you was with. I'm me. I'm a man of Yah. I'm a nationman, a countryman, a journeyman, a nobleman, a dignitary, a tribal leader. But they don't see that. They see us as somebody that they should challenge. They feel like they're supposed to challenge our authority at every turn. But I want her to finish what she was saying. Let's go.
They say that they don't think they can do poly, but you have to see where the source of those thoughts came from, because that could have been a programming that you have to change. But really, polygamy ain't for everybody, really, because if a man isn't truly like nation building and like has a mission and a message that they want to put out, like, it's no reason to be polygamous. So it's really not for everybody. Do y'all have a different connection? Yeah. He said,
get what copyright. She playing music in the back, but you get the gist of it. There's a programming that's been done. But other nations, they know about building dynasty and legacy. And these women were revered. They were empresses. It goes on to say, it says, and listen to all the work she put in as a concubine. It says she ousted a group of regents appointed by the late emperor and assumed the regency along with Cixi, who later died. Cixi then consolidated control over the dynasty when she installed her nephew as the Gangzu emperor at the death of her son, the Tongzi emperor, in 1875. This was contrary to the traditional rules of succession in the Qing dynasty that had ruled China since 1644. So she was a Renaissance woman. She was getting things done. Do you know, biblically, there were women that were concubines that were getting things done, helping knock down, Gentile nations, and basically acting as Trojan horses, so to speak. She went down in the history books, and she was somebody's concubine. Isn't that something? Yeah, David had a concubine. David's concubine helped him get into places that he wouldn't have got otherwise. Why? Because of her beauty. The beauty of David's concubine helped him get into regions of the world he couldn't even get into without her, because everybody was in awe at her beauty. But see, y'all women rather use y'all beauty to shake your ass online and be seen by everybody. And you feel like because a man is saying, hey, I'd rather have you as a concubine, and you can still use your beauty to help, build this empire. Y'all not trying to hear that. Y'all ain't trying to hear that. Somebody says Satan know the Bible. What are you trying to say? So now I'm Satan. Block. See how easy that is? Somebody says having concubines is degrading or females. Hold on. Having concubines is degrading or females and is leading them away from what the Most High has waiting for them. By them sleeping with you with another brother only creates more soul ties. James Wise. You're not very wise, sir. But I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to put you on timeout. Because you clearly don't know what a concubine is. You clearly don't know, sir. A concubine, biblically, is a part-time wife. Not a woman that works in a brothel, sir. We're not talking about a woman that's I don't know what y'all be thinking. Who said anything about sharing my concubine? Didn't you hear me at the beginning says nobody touches my concubine? What are you talking about? Are you even listening? We're trying to get her away from sexual immorality. We want her out them streets. What are you talking about? It's like you a grown ass man that can't listen. And now you over there in the corner on timeout. Now I got to put a grown man on timeout. While I'm trying to teach these women to respect us, I got to put you on timeout. Now you sitting in the corner looking dumb. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, you can have children by a concubine. Listen, the scriptures tell us in Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. It says, and in that day, 7 women shall cleave to one man, saying, let us eat our own bread, wear our own garments. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So these are the times we live in where women want to work for themselves. They want to get these jobs. They want to pursue career, and they still need companionship nonetheless. Some of these women even have kids out of wedlock. But either, you know, their children's father excommunicated them or divorced them or whatever the case may be, or he died, or she's widowed. You just never know the circumstance. So yeah, you definitely got to be careful out there. Don't be just dealing with any woman out there who got, you know, children. You got to be careful. Yeah, like concubines are not 304s. Somebody said Isaiah 4:1 is God's judgment, not polygyny. Well, guess what? The Most High's judgment led to polygyny. The next question would be, where's your husband? I could see now what I'm gonna have to do right here. I'm gonna share the link. I can see now. Because I think if y'all vocalize some of the dumb things you say, I think you'll catch it while you're saying it. And somehow I won't have to correct you. I feel like if you say it out loud and you hear it, if you hear what you're saying and it comes out of your mouth, I'm thinking it will somehow resonate. Matter of fact, I can just take you right to the scripture and have you read it in slow motion. And we could just really test your reading comprehension. So next person that disagree, if you disagree, I'm going to permanently block you if you don't hit the link. If you're going to disagree, hit the link. If you have anything to say and you interrupt this teaching anymore without clicking the link, I'm just going to permanently block you from the channel. There's the rules. Now be on your best behavior. So, Cixi served the Tanzi Restoration, a series of moderate reforms that helped the regime survive until 1911. Although Cixi refused to adopt Western models of government, she was a revolutionary. She refused to adopt Western models of government. Now, would you picture that? Here you have this concubine who was riding for her man, had children by this man, refused to adopt Western models of government, but the women over here embrace Western models of government. Damn. Here it is. I'm trying to pull y'all out of the Western mentality and get you to understand your true culture. And the same people who've been placed on cargo slave ships and stripped from their culture, they want to embrace the Western world. But this woman over here was somebody's concubine, and she went against the Western world model. Ain't that something? You really can't make this up. You can't tell me we ain't in no backward society. I got women fighting for the Western world. They want to get on marriage certificates. Somebody said you sound drunk. Up. Let's do you a favor. Let's get you out of here. I mean, they'll do anything, bro. They'll do anything. They'll say anything. Y'all see what I got to deal with? Do y'all see what I have to deal with on this channel? Seriously, do y'all see it? All I'm doing is educating. No, these subjects piss people off because they don't want to come to a realization of where, where they stand in life. They're proving my point. Them fifis be hurt. But anyway, let's continue. It says she supported the principles of the 100 Days Reform of 1898, but feared the sudden implementation without bureaucratic support would be disruptive, and that the Japanese and other foreign powers would take advantage of any weakness. She placed the Gangzu emperor, who she thought had tried to assassinate her, under virtual house arrest for supporting radical reforms, publicly executing the main reformers. Man, she was no joke. She was no joke. So why is a concubine in other cultures not demonized? Why is she in the history books? And she was just a concubine of an emperor. Think about that. Cause y'all in the Western world, y'all melanated women, y'all in competition with the men of the Most High, opposed to trying to help build the nation. What's going on, bro?
Hey, man, thanks for having me. I'm calling from Forest City, Arkansas. I don't have a disagreement. I just wanted to put something in there to support what you were saying. As to remind people about the story of David in the Bible. He had more than one wife and God approved of it.
Absolutely. Even when David committed adultery, the Most High told him, David, if you wanted more wives, all you had to do was
ask.
Yes, sir.
And he was punished for that. And he was after somebody's, he was wrong for, often.
Right. He sent a man to die in war so he can take his wife because, unless that man be dead, he was trying to find a loophole in God's law. And the Most High punished him for that and forgave him as well later on and told him, hey, David, if you wanted more wives, all you had to do was ask. God Almighty said that to David. And you still have people trying to argue, whether or not men can have more than one woman. But that's not even a debate anymore, in my opinion. I'm just going to educate them on who they are and where they stand. But anyway, brother, I didn't mean to cut you off. You can go ahead and finish with your comment.
Oh, no problem. Thanks. I've been wanting to say some things as far as, the reprobates. I was saying something in the chat about a reprobate. If they don't renew their mind, they're going to be lost causes for good. God ain't going to put up with it. And I want to say something that I know God put on my mind some time ago, like a year or two ago, maybe 3 years ago. I'm going to quote it exactly word for word. A non-virtuous woman has about as much value as a wooden penny at best and detrimental at worst.
I like
He
that.
He put that on my mind, and I'll never forget it.
Absolutely, man. That's a powerful quote right there, brother. All praise.
I give God the credit.
Hey, all glory to him. Thank you for chiming in, fam. I've got some other people in the queue. They may have some disagreements, so we're going to bring them on to the forefront. Thank you for chiming in.
Thanks for having me. Shalom.
All right, shalom. All right, the other people just exited backstage right when I said that. So that's weird. But thanks, for the brother joining in. I mean, the scriptures tell you, man. Matter of fact, we can go to I want to share another source with y'all, and then we're gonna go to some more scriptures to chime in, because that just brought me somewhere else what the brother added in, because that's deep. Hold on, let me see. Y'all give me one moment here, because sometimes I be thinking y'all got to hear it. Y'all ladies got to hear the truth from another woman's perspective, so y'all could just listen. I don't know what it is. I guess a lot of ladies haven't had that positive or that powerful masculine father figure. So when you hearing men talking, you don't really know how to act. Let's go. Let's go to the Honorable Shahrazad Ali.
Your book, there is no history of the black man settling down with one woman,
Right.
and never desiring to have another. Before
Right.
slavery, during slavery, or after slavery,
That's
the black
just the
man
truth.
has never been recorded to have just one woman.
Right. Well, I think there's some actual facts we can look at on that. Monogamy has failed for the white man in America.
But this is
It's failed for the white man in America. And those same Western world ideologies, what they were trying to bring over there to China, and it was actual concubines fighting against it. Damn. Think about that. They tried to bring that monogamy. They tried to bring everything that come with the Western world over there to China, and you had concubines fighting against it. Why? Because they want to keep their man. They want to be somebody. They want to be connected to a lead. They want order. It's time for restoration. 1 Kings 11 and 12. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go unto them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned his heart away. Now his wives turned his heart away, of course, because he didn't listen to the Most High, and he was dealing with Gentiles. Not saying that a man can't deal with a Gentile, because if she's following the same God as him, then that's okay. She's under his fold. But what it is saying is you got to be careful of what type of women you deal with, right? But the bottom line is the Most High himself didn't have no issue with Solomon having concubines and wives. His only stipulation was, hey, you need to be careful, because these women in other nations can turn your heart away. It's a direct command from the Most High. It's like y'all can hear the scriptures say something and still deny what you're hearing. The man had 1,000 women, 300 concubines. We be thinking we up on something, us brothers these days. You ain't had nothing on Solomon. Now, of course, these days testosterone is way lower. We live in a whole new frequency now. It's not even possible now. The world is under demonic energy, and it's not the same. So, we was living thousands of years back then. We was on a natural frequency. We was consuming fresh food. We was living for a long time. We had a different type of spirit, living 400 and 500 years. So it's different then. But some of you guys these days can't even have one concubine. You can't have a wife and one concubine. That should show you how far gone we are. That should show you how close we are to the end. I seen this video of this Middle Eastern man. He was speaking to he was talking to a Caucasian man, and he asked him how many wives he had. And the Caucasian man said, I got one wife. Man, this Middle Eastern guy cracked up laughing. Like, you only got one wife? One? Like, that's unheard of for most people. That's only Western world garbage. All over the world ain't like that. But anyway, But when it comes to our people, we the only ones who get pushback because they don't want us populating.
Like saying it's okay.
It's not me saying it's okay. This is how they're living. I'm giving you the history of what their life is. Black men haven't been waiting on me to tell them it's all right to have more than one woman. Neither have white men. This is just what they do. I'm not talking about fornication and adultery. I'm not talking about one.
For the woman who says that doesn't prove anything, I'm blocking you for good. Let me see. Where is that at? Nika, peace. Into the abyss you go. I don't think y'all understand. I'm not tolerating anything. Like I said before, if you disagree, you hit the link. If you disagree in the chat without hitting the link, I'm blocking you for good from the channel. You won't be on the platform no more. Follow directions. Any more takers? Talking about that doesn't explain anything. I've read straight from the scriptures. I brung data. I brung facts. I brung details. All right, let's continue.
One night stands and running around rampant with other women. That's not the kinds of, when I say more than one woman relationship.
Exactly. She's not talking about a man just out here whoremongering. She's talking about a man having more than one woman. That's part of our culture, and it has always been that way.
Mm-hmm. I mean that before we came to America, our men had more than one wife and family.
Exactly. Before we came to America, we was tribal, cultural people, but the women can't seem to understand that. Why? Because they have drunk the wine of Babylon. They are drunk off of her fornication, and that's why a lot of them don't have husbands and men, because they believed a lie. They took your man from you. You're steady fighting for the Western world. You're fighting tooth and nail. James Wise, what's going on? You on mute, bro. Oh, I don't know what happened. He dropped out. Let's go.
And we were satisfied with it because we had not met the monogamy idea. We had not met the American white woman who, insists on certain kinds of values in her man. We had not learned envy and jealousy. All right. After coming here.
That's what it all boils down to. You came here to the Western world and you women learned envy and jealousy. Now, y'all want more scriptures? Hold on. I got something for you. Hold on. Let me pull up something. Y'all learn envy and jealousy. Hold on. Let's see what the Most High think about that. This is a bombshell right here. It's a bombshell. What can you say after this one? Hold on. Let me pull out. I gotta remember chapter and verse here. Oh man. Ecclesiastes 26:6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which committeth with all. Damn. God hates women who are jealous of other women. Damn. Y'all want to compete with each other instead of having a sisterhood. Damn. That's what America taught you. That's what America taught you. And all I get from it, just for bringing out the scriptures, is accusers. A woman came in here and said that I was drunk. All I hear is insults. All I'm doing is reading straight out of the scriptures. But I'm here to make concubines great again. Let's go.
Here, those kinds of ideas were bred into us because of society and the mores that the Americans made up here. And so then we started to have problems with that. But I think that since it is apparent that most of them, not all of them, it's certainly up to the man, do love more than one woman. I got tons of mail.
And you know what's crazy? I like how Shahrazad put it in context. Hey, this is what men are doing. This is what men are doing. So it ain't nothing about, we can't question it. Let me tell you something. I gain nothing but soul salvation for teaching you this. That's what I gain from it. Because guess what? My concubines know that they concubines. I'm not losing my concubines for doing this live stream. Hey, listen. It's like I don't gain. I may lose subscribers. You understand? I may lose support for saying this. So it's like my women already know what's up. I don't gain nothing for trying to convince somebody else. I know that this is the word of Yah. So I have to teach it. Even if I lose subscribers and lose support, I got to make concubines great again. Because they were actually good women that were concubines. And let's just leave that on the screen for all you jealous women who jealous of other women. Let's go. Let's let Miss Shahrazad Ali speak.
A lot of black men write and tell me that they have had two women for 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, and they can't even get the women to speak to each other. Sometimes they have two families.
Would I want
sets of
to, but
children.
Shahrazad, would I want to talk to a woman who's sharing perhaps the bed and the money and the social life with who I would deem as my man?
If you want to deal in reality, and if you are not insecure, and if you don't think that robs you of something, you would.
One woman,
right?
Oh,
and
damn.
never desire.
And the mores that the Americans made up here. And so then we started to have problems with that. But I think that since it is apparent that most of them, not all of them, it's certainly up to the man, do love more than one woman. I got tons of mail. A lot of black men write and tell me that they have had two women for 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, and they can't even get the women to speak to each other. Sometimes they have two families.
Would I want
Two
to,
sets of
but
children.
Shahrazad, would I want to talk to a woman who's sharing perhaps the bed and the money and the social life with who I would deem as my man?
If you want to deal in reality, and if you are not insecure, and if you don't think that robs you of something.
Damn, Shahrazad was sharp, boy. She's sharp, boy. I'm telling you. And that's the issue. A lot of these women are insecure. They jealous. They feel like they're being robbed of something. They've been taught the spirit of competition and jealousy. They don't have a mindset of nation building. They're not looking at our men as kings. It's an issue. You see what I got to deal with, y'all. I don't even know how to react to that, bro. Y'all see what I got to deal with? I'm going to just time you out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just time you out. Damn, it's like a bunch of children in here, bro. This is crazy to me. Charity, what's your disagreement?
I don't have a disagreement. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hi, family. I just want to ask a quick question. How do you what was my question? How do you rank your concubines and your wives? I mean,
they're concubines.
well, you say the other day that you were saying that you get a concubine can be made a wife, and
This
like
is
that
very
lady
true,
was
but
reading about. But how
right.
do you rate them? Like who comes first, second, third? and
Okay,
then-
so yeah, concubines can be wives, can become wives. That's up to the man's discretion. I was speaking in general when I said that a concubine can become a wife, but I was speaking in general, and that's up to the man's discretion depending on the position that woman has been playing. But
Oh, okay.
women are a lot, and I know it's gonna sound sexist because we living in this Western society, but women are a lot like children. And what I mean by that is, like, if you have children, different children require different attention. Some children don't want to be underneath mommy and daddy all day, and some children do. So it's all about the connection you have with that individual and the time that they require. And those are some of the things that you discuss beforehand, before it's a relationship, so you can see what type of time that woman would need. Some women want to work a you know, a 9 to 5 or work multiple hours all the time, and she's a workaholic, and she want to see her man on Saturday. Some women need 2 or 3 days a week. It depends on the woman. It really
Okay.
does, because different women have different needs.
Well, say you have a wife and then you have your concubines. Is she your wife because you met her first and y'all had children, and then you had a concubine and then you had children with them?
Well, it just all depends. Because you got to understand, everybody's situation will be different.
Right.
Nobody's situation will be the same. You got some women who have kids that aren't wives or concubines. They could just be bad people altogether.
Right.
So it really depends on that person's situation. It depends on that role that woman plays in that man's life, and the support he brings her, and how they mesh, so to speak. So it kind of it's a lot of energy that goes into it, but
I agree, because I wanted to, I want to get married and I want to have children too. I just, like I said, I was waiting, but I just don't like you said, men can have children way up into their many years, but I have some things that hinder me, and I'm still looking for a husband. Well, I'm not looking, but now I keep my eyes open, since you told me that we can look too, and not just choose. But that was my main question anyway. But
Okay.
Thank you for that insight.
You're welcome. Hopefully I answered your question. All
You
right.
did. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. All right.
You would want to know them. If he loves her, you certainly should want to know her.
There are a lot of black women out there who say,
Oh, I know
"Sister,
they're mad about that idea. I understand,
that
And
would
that's
never
not
hold
easy.
water."
Wait a minute, and that's not easy. And that's a frightening thought to most of us. And I don't like that. I'm not for that. I'm in agreement with everybody else. Our men ought to just have one woman. But that is not the reality. I'm trying to get us to deal with some reality for a change. Stop dealing with fantasy. Stop dealing with television. Stop dealing with imagination.
Exactly, man. Oh man, I wish I had my sound deck right there, man. Shahrazad Ali needs a round of applause. Stop dealing with social media delusions. Stop dealing with the happy movie endings. Y'all ladies need to get in touch with reality. If you are a single woman with 2 babies' fathers, let's be realistic. What dude is gonna come in and do the white picket fence and do the big wedding? And, like, come on now. Like, when y'all gonna wake the hell up and get into reality here? You may need to be somebody's concubine. I mean, damn. Tom Mattel, what's your disagreement?
I don't really have a disagreement. I'm just trying to get an understanding of the viewpoint of how y'all see it on what's fornication in that view of it.
All right, brother. I want you to do me a favor. You got your cell phone with you?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to go to Google, and I want you to go to the Greek Strong Concordance. No, I want you to go to the Bible Dictionary, King James Bible Dictionary, and I want you to pull up the word fornication. Let me know when you get there. Take your time.
You want me to look up the Bible verse of it, or like the regular dictionary?
The King James Bible Dictionary for the word fornication. And you got to put the word fornication in there too. and you can
Yeah,
ask.
because I don't really disagree. I'm just trying to see
No,
what.
I got you, bro. That's what we doing. We studying right now. I'm about to answer your question, but I'm showing you how to find the answer too.
You say the incontinence or lewdness of unmarried persons, male or female, also the criminal conversation of a married man with an unmarried woman.
All right. You know what that means? What does that mean to you reading that?
People who ain't married, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you ain't, that's what I'm trying to see.
Okay, let me explain it to you. All right. So, fornication. It is lasciviousness, adultery, the incontinent or lewdness of an unmarried person, married, the criminal conversation of a married man with an unmarried woman. Do you know what it means by the criminal conversation? It means a man basically doing something lewd to an unmarried woman. It's encompassing all those things. Like let me give you an example. A man trying to pimp an unmarried woman. That would be fornication. But also it gets deeper than that. It also gets deeper than that. There's another definition you didn't read, and it parallels with 2 Chronicles 21:11, Revelations 19:2. It says idolatry as well, or forsaking the true God or worshiping.
Well, it say that too in incest or whatever. I see that too.
Right. So you got adultery, you got incest, you got idolatry, and you got a man misleading a single woman. That is all considered fornication, not a man taking on another wife. All of the biblical patriarchs had more than one wife and multiple concubines. So adultery is a man sleeping with another man's wife. That's adultery. Incest, you know what incest is, right?
Yeah.
Family dealing with family. And we know what idolatry is, right? Worshiping other gods, which the
way they try to make it is like fornication is like anybody who have sex with before marriage or whatever. So that's why I was saying, like, what's
right?
Sex.
Well, I'm clearing this up for you, brother. Sex is the act of marriage. That's why in the scriptures where it says, like this coming of the Son of Man would be like the days of Noah. They would be given into marriage, marrying and giving into marriage. Ain't nothing wrong with marrying, right? You would say that's a good thing. But in that context, it's just talking about people getting it in. So the actual consummation is marriage. So we gotta redevelop our minds because the Western world lied to us. So let me go over this one more time so you can understand what fornication is. Lewdness of unmarried persons, the criminal conversation of a married man with an unmarried woman, meaning a man speaking a criminal conversation, meaning they're speaking of breaking the law. The laws of the Most High. He's trying to pimp her or get her to do something foul or get her to engage in lesbianism, threesomes. All of those things encompass fornication. Adultery, a man dealing with another man's wife. Incest, idolatry. Though that's fornication. Nowhere in context is a man taking a single woman as a wife or a concubine considered fornication.
Okay, well, that's why I said I really didn't have a disagreement. I just wanted to see the view of what was fornication with that kind of perspective or whatever.
Right, absolutely. Yep, you're right, Gerald. Criminal conversation is also deceiving. Absolutely. So thank you. I'm glad you asked that question because I think you just helped a lot of people because they might have wanted to know the same thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right, Bree, keep doing your thing, man.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
All right.
All right, peace. James Wise, what's up, man?
Yo, can you hear me, man?
Yeah, you loud and clear.
Yo, I just need an understanding of. I just need your viewpoint, man, of how you look at this thing. Cause you time me out, man. So yeah, I just want to see how you look at this, and then I will I'll add on to that. I'll see what I can do with it.
Because this is like, what's your disagreement, bro?
It's just that like. How would you, okay, hypothetically, say I got one wife, right? And I got 4 concubines. What's stopping those concubines from going out and sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry
what's stopping them? Why would you choose women that are 304s as concubines?
But aren't you making that woman a 304 though?
Man, you gone. You can think better than that, bro. Use your mind, bro. No. Come on, man. Come on now, bro. Why you messing with me like that? I know you can use your brain, bro. Aren't you? You just got timed out for saying that same thing. Aren't you making them 304s? You said that in the room. Now I'm gonna have to block you. And this is what you're gonna have to do. Take some time off my channel and decide whether you want to come back under a new profile. And when you get your new profile, then you know how to behave, bro. But I don't believe that you can't use your mind, bro. I'm not believing that. Like, let me tell you something. As men, like, you got to know when to be quiet. You got to know when to learn. If you were just sitting back listening to the stream, listening to everything that was said, you would have an understanding. It's crazy. All right, let's go, man.
Of how we wish things were. Let's deal with them how they are, what it is, present tense. And
but
if we
because
deal
that's
with that,
happening
then,
doesn't mean I have to like that or
no,
want
that
to
means
accept
that you can live in hell. That means you can live in doubt. That
exactly, because the modern woman is living in hell and she's living in doubt. When you are going against the natural order and you in constant competition and you putting all these things on your back to be an independent woman, along with, dealing with the rigmarole and challenges of trying to maintain yourself, that's a living hell. That's a living hell. And what Shahrazad is trying to explain to you, if you just actually submit, like the scriptures tell you, if you were to actually just submit and deal with a righteous man and get yourself a sisterhood, you'll be all right. You put less worries on.
That means that you can always be checking on your man. That means that you can be insecure and be, tearful. And that means you can be disappointed when you find out the real truth.
Exactly. I seen this video of this older woman. She was about maybe 80 years old. I wish I could find that clip for y'all, but I don't know what happened to it. It was a clip of this woman. I guess the lady was asking her grandmother, about granddad having another woman. And she like, look, if he did, I ain't care. And what I look like running around chasing up on that man. He a man. And you know what? That woman was elderly. You know why? Because wisdom comes with simplicity. She not going to spend her whole life chasing after no man, worrying about what he doing as a man. She wasn't tripping. You understand? She knew he had another woman down the street. It just is what it is. Not saying that you want to deal with a man who just running around doing anything, but you want to be with a man you can trust, who has some principle about himself. That's all I'm saying.
And you don't want to have that in your life. None of us do. But in order not to have that, then we have to deal with some reality and recognize that men are not limited in the way that women are. Men are able to love more than one woman. I'm not talking about, as I said, just a random sexual relationship of fornication and adultery and all of that. I mean that there are many black men who have children by more than one woman. What is to become of those children? They need their father.
But if you would cheat on me or walk out on me.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. We have to get into definition. Who told us that was cheating? Where did that idea come from that that's cheating?
Exactly. Where'd that idea come from? The Western world. That's where it came from. Anyway, let's continue.
And I'm not saying that a lot of men are not just running around. I'm not talking about that. Mm-hmm. But if a woman finds out that her man has been with a woman while she's been with him for 3 or 4 or 5 years, that's a serious commitment and relationship. And if it hasn't taken anything from me, If I'm not going short of anything, and if this is what he thinks his responsibility is, then what kind of hell are you going to go through to prevent that? Since we cannot stop him, we have not been successful. The white woman has not been successful in stopping the white man from having another woman. They call them a mistress. We pick up a lot of that terminology. But a man who has two women, that's not necessarily a mistress. That's just his other woman.
Exactly. That's just his other woman. Y'all ladies just going to have to come to the realization that, men are going to be men. But we all past that. We all past that. Now we're talking about what position will you be playing? I'm sitting there trying to tell you that a lot of you ladies need to be somebody's concubine and stop the nonsense. You running around here, you're getting older, you got a lot of bodies on you, you pursue career your whole life. You need to just go ahead and do what you need to do and be somebody's daggone concubine. Stop playing games with your life. Life is too short to be alone your entire life, and do what you need to do. And we don't, listen, let me make this clear again. We love our concubines. We love them. You need it. Men have babies with concubines. There are concubines in history that help men of the truth do a lot of great things, and they have great importance. And I'm definitely going to have to get that merch that say, let's make concubines great again. I'm definitely going to have to do that. Because it's like, y'all not understanding the message. Stop getting in your feelings. Stop feeling insulted. It is what it is. It's better than you running around these streets. It's better than you dealing with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's better than you dealing with all these guys that really don't have your best interests at heart, and you in this dating pool and things are going south. It's better that you just chill out. Yeah. Jasmine says, you done had all them kids. Now you want to close up shop and make a man of the most high wait just because your baby daddy did you wrong. Just because your baby daddy did you wrong, that's not even fair to the man. Oh, man. That had to be the best comment. That's one of the best comments of the evening. But Jasmine, they're going to hate you for that one. Oh, they're going to be mad at you for saying that. They're going to be mad at you for saying that, Jasmine, for real. But it's just the reality. I'm just saying, man, we love concubines. Ain't nothing wrong with being a concubine. There's no love lost. You got to get in your feeling. You got to get out of your feelings and stop thinking. You got to stop thinking that men are just insulting you, telling you the truth. Listen, me telling you the truth is not insulting you. She said she used to the hate. I know with a top tier comment like that, you must get it. Because that's the sad reality they don't want to hear. That's breaking the matrix right there. But Samurai says twisting love with sex. What is that even supposed to mean? I'm gonna time you out too. Twisting love with sex. All right. I think some understanding was gained here. Empress says she prefers honesty. That's good. More young ladies should. Naturally, she says, I used to be in my feelings about this, but now I understand. It makes sense. Thank you, Breed. That's what's up. Blessings. Somebody said, what about diseases? Do you say what about diseases to all these women out here doing whatever? Do you say what about diseases to all the whoredom that goes on in the land? Why do we bring up diseases when it comes to our actual culture, when it comes to concubinism or multiple wives? But we don't talk about diseases when you're living a single life and you're dating a new person every weekend or every 2 weeks or every month. You got a new phallus you dealing with. Why nobody want to talk about diseases then? Why nobody want to talk about diseases when everybody having one night stands? Why nobody want to talk about diseases? I don't get it. You would be in a safer situation if a woman is dealing with the same man and that man is dealing with the same 2 or 3 women, and that's that. Nobody's going outside that covenant unless it's, a covenant and it's the real deal. Everybody got a clean bill of health and everybody doing their thing. Everybody hygiene is on point. It ain't no wickedness or perversion. Ain't nobody doing no freak stuff. It ain't no orgies going on. You're doing it. You're literally living tribal. What do you think being tribal is? A rebel for the Almighty said they must have ate them 50-cent cheeseburgers today. They must have ate them 1 penny cheeseburgers today, man, because they've been like tweaking up in this chat this evening. It's like y'all don't think y'all understand. On this channel right here, bro, y'all gotta understand this. You will get blocked quicker on this channel. It's like y'all see, because I'm going to my smaller platform, y'all think y'all can come over here and show out because it's late at night and it's a smaller platform. So y'all little demons start coming out in the chat and y'all think that's cool. But I can see you. It's like I can see you. I can see the chat way more clearer because there's not as many people in it. Like I can see everything y'all saying. Like you'll be gone. You won't make it over here trolling. But anyway, take pride in yourself, ladies. Take pride in being a man's woman in general. Because just because you're a concubine don't mean you're not somebody's woman. Is it the word that really bothers you? What if I say part-time woman? Does that feel better? Even though the technical title is a concubine, what if I just say part-time woman? I like the way concubine sound because that's the biblical term. Hey, Worth says concubines. 100. Yeah, people don't like the truth, Kayla. They really don't. Lady P says part-time woman sounds fire. Okay. Well, let's make part-time women, let's make them great again, man. All right, all praises to the Creator. Thank y'all, man. Hopefully y'all gain some understanding. Like the video, share the video. It is what it is. Salute to the chat. Peace and blessings to y'all. Shalom and peace.